Everybody, it's Victor. It's time for a random run day here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Thank you all very much for the support. We're still waiting for another video to cross 3,000 likes, as to be expected going on into the weekend, but we got ourselves a great artwork of the day here, submitted by SkullKid17. Title of the thread was some fan art I made, and then they also posted in the thread itself, I'm aspiring to be a tattoo artist one day, and I thought it would be fun to draw my versions of Sinvicta's logo, with Sissy, of course, and a couple of styles that I want to do in the future. Still new to the shaded pencil look, as I grew up using lining pens and markers a lot. Hope you guys like them. I think they turned out very good. I think you're off to a great start, especially the sort of like the more horror / realism vibe one on the right side. I've always been a big fan of pencil shading and stuff and gray shades, so that's cool. That's a great start. If you end up continuing to hone it and improve it, definitely submit some more progress, Skull Kid. Thank you very much, and everyone who upvoted that one. I don't know who we're playing today, but you all probably do, because you see the thumbnail, and it's gonna be Lazarus. Interesting. So Lazarus, man, when was the last time we actually played Lazarus? Searching, hang on. Pause, searching. I'm searching for when we actually played Lazarus the last time. It was on September 23rd. Or sorry, September 27th of 2023. So that was a while ago, man. Yeah, that's quite a bit. So seed day is going to be Romeo, Charlie, Whiskey, Mike, Tango, Mike, Charlie 3. So Lazarus is interesting because it's Curse the Blind too. That's cool. Well, Mystery Sack. It goes along with Curse the Blind, I guess. Lazarus is a character that you don't normally care too much about. Or at least by you I mean me, and by me I mean we. That is incorrect. The correct answer is we. Essentially, the old version of Lazarus didn't really do anything. He had Lazarus's rags, and that was it. But now you gain permanent stat upgrades every single time that you die on a floor. And what's even cooler about that is in Repentance, they made it to where Lazarus's rags come back. So as long as you don't die as resurrected Lazarus, you will retain Lazarus's rags passive, and ultimately just give yourself more and more permanent stat bonuses, which is really cool. I like those kind of changes, and as negative as I can be sometimes on Repentance for a lot of things, there were some pretty good improvements that was done overall in the design for a lot of the characters, just to make things better. And one of those things was a change to Lazarus. Now, I do think that there could be other changes for other characters, but that's a whole other Isaac podcast. And destroy all these Eternal Flies, because that I'm just going to run right into them. We also have the Unicorn Poop, which can give us a full heal in case we need it. I don't see any sack rooms yet. Obviously, we'll go ahead and take that Black Soul Heart after we turn into Resurrected Lazarus, which we need to do before we leave this floor. That way, we gain our stat bonuses here. So, and this is like the way. This is a way that I've never really truly played Lazarus before. I mean, that would kill the boss very quickly and also kill Lazarus. So I'm down for it. Let's try it. I've never used Plan C constructively before. It's always been like I'm just going to skip and that's it type thing. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so now we are Resurrected Lazarus and we gain a bunch of stats. We got the Blood Clot. We can go back over here and not run into the fire. We'll grab the Black Soul Heart and then head on down. There we go. So look at that. So we got ourselves our Lazarus's rag is back. And on top of that, I believe we gained stats. I wasn't paying attention to the damage. But going on over to last week's question of the episode here, came in from DNA, who said, since this episode, this came in from the Gapali Femus episode, which a lot of people like apparently had a lot of problems pronouncing the name of that episode, which I thought was kind of funny. But DNA said, question of the episode: since this episode had a Guppy transformation, I want to ask you a question about transformations. How would you buff most of the transformations that don't do much, such as Fun Guy, Adult, Conjoin, etc.? And then P.S. DNA also said you can also suggest stuff as well, Mosh Pit. So for those in particular, like I'll basically, because I can't think of all the transformations off the top of my head right now, and I don't want to sit here and kind of flounder a bit trying to figure out like, you know, all of them. But the ones that DNA listed, so for Fun Guy, for those of you who don't know, is if you get 3 mushroom items, like Skinny out of Mushroom, Fat out of Mushroom, Magic Mush, Mini Mush, etc., God's Flesh, Blue Cap, you will turn into a Fun Guy, which is basically just it's just a cosmetic upgrade that gives you an HP upgrade, pretty much. And obviously it's not that exciting because it's just literally just an HP upgrade. I mean, it's nice, like, don't get me wrong, like, it's cool to have some kind of bonus just for doing what you were already doing. It's kind of like a set bonus in a way. Think of it like in an ARPG where you get, like, you know, like the set of the Immortal King, or, you know, the Witch Doctor set or whatever. Like that sort of stuff is really cool, and I like that kind of dynamic because it gives you something for doing what you were already doing anyway. So, but with that being said, comparatively speaking to Guppy and maybe Beelzebub, it's less than exciting. So for Fun Guy, what I would do is I would do something to the effect of where you would get a special shot, a spore shot, and one that has the combined power. And it would be an on proc, kind of like Holy Light, where the spore shot will come out. It has a unique animation, has a unique, maybe you shoot out like a tiny little mushroom or something like that. And it will have the combined effect of mucormycosis and contagion that will also spread the spores to other targets. So it doesn't need to, there's no travel time. As long as the spores hit anything within that radius, and it wouldn't be like a huge radius, but if the spore hits anything within the contagion explosion radius, they also get infected with the spores, and then they also explode. So I think something like that would be very interesting, and it would certainly make going for mushroom items even more exciting. Not that any of them are bad anyway. You know, you could argue maybe Skinny on Mushroom in case you have like low damage or high damage, whatever. But that being said, I think that, you know, having the spore powers would be very cool. I would love to get, if we could, I would love to get champion belt here. Gonna be Larry Jr. So obviously Hive Mind is definitely on the it's on the radar for me, but right now what we're gonna do is hopefully get a Devil Deal that we can just die from. And I gotta remember that our base starting damage is 4.43, so I don't actually remember if using Lazarus's passive gives him a damage upgrade or not. I feel like it's supposed to give you all stats, but again, I don't play Lazarus really hardly ever, so okay, so our damage is now going to go up to 5.86. Okay, when I said I was going to do it on a Devil Deal, taking Ocular Rift is not what I meant. Okay, so we're going to take these. I'm not going to take Ocular Rift. And then I'm going to go back here. And maybe get a bomb. Well, we're not going to get a bomb out of the... We're not going to get a bomb out of the shop. We might get one, hopefully, in the boss trap room. And we definitely have enough HP to do so. We can go in the curse room, I guess. But there's literally no chance of us getting any bombs at all in here. I mean, like, yay, we got a Mega Troll Bomb. Like, I guess technically you got me, game. Like, haha. Okay, so let's go check out the boss trap room here. And Jesus Juice is a damage upgrade. Oh, shizzle. Okay, so now our base damage... Well, now I don't know what our base damage before Jesus Juice, before returning as Resurrected Lazarus, was 5.86. So I don't know what Jesus Juice increased our damage by, but it's going to be whatever 5.86 is plus that. I should probably just look this up on like a wiki, but come on now. I'm not the wiki guy. I don't care that much about it. Okay. So no bombs. Unfortunately, we can at least go pick up a soul heart, I guess. I mean, maybe this is a curse. Maybe this is a tower card. Or we can just buy a half price hive mind. Well, we can get, hang on now, we can get inside of the secret room. Okay, well, we repaid for that card. Great. All right. Yeah, we'll take hive mind. I don't have to worry too much about the soul heart because we know that we're going to be getting our HP back as Lazarus the First. And yeah, we're gonna head on. Soul heart, soul heart, soul heart, soul heart. You know how mad I'd be. I was gonna say, you know how mad I'll be if we end up getting a nickel out of that. Oh, actually, you know what? We can go. We ain't done yet. We can go back here and get this soul heart. Just in case. I mean, if anything, it gives us some shielding against losing our devil deal on the next floor. So, I mean, it is an 8.5 minute second floor, first floor. But you know what? Sometimes the Lazarus is worth it. All right, so our base damage is now 7. I don't know how much of that is increased because of the Lazarus passive or because of Jesus Juice. Unlike yesterday's episode where we didn't get any passive damage upgrades except from Rock Bottom, we were getting too many for me to actually keep track of. So anyway, that was the Fungi transformation. Please hold. The second transformation was the adult transformation, which is essentially done by taking 3 I found pills and ate them, I think. Or no, puberty pills. This room is going to be an absolute nightmare. So for the adult transformation, I don't really have anything clever for this one. I think it obviously you get the Stompy and you also get the HP upgrade. And that's fine and all, but it's not exactly exciting. You know, maybe Isaac grows up and gets something to the effect of like Isaac's tomb, or because like, you know, he's kind of like getting rid of his toys so he can throw something away to exchange it for something else. I don't know. Something like that would be kind of neat. I haven't really put a whole lot of thought into the adult transformation, but sticking with the adult theme, you know, getting rid of something and swapping it out, or maybe give him like a passive, like, what would be insane would be giving him like a passive flip effect, you know, because you got to remember these are transformations, right? So all this stuff is going to be occurring passively. And before you say, well, then what's the point of flip? Hey, you know how many repeat items we got in Isaac? Yeah, I rest my case. All right, how many regular HP upgrades we got? All right, don't talk to me about repeating items now. This game is built off of that. So I think something like that would be cool. Just have a passive flip. Where all item pedestals just flip back and forth between each other. I think it would be pretty neat. And then the last transformation that DNA brought back was Conjoined. Now, obviously, Conjoined is a point of contention for a lot of people, especially with me, because obviously I don't like taking Conjoined, and I've talked about the reasons why. But in case of you almost waste, I'm going to save you one of your questions of the episode. I want to make sure you don't waste the effort. So before you say how come you don't like the Conjoined transformation, the reason why I do not like it is twofold. First off, you do less damage. I know it's not significant in some people's minds, but it's still minus damage, okay? The second reason, and the bigger reason I do not like the Conjoined transformation, is because you fire out 2 extra tiers going in opposite directions of one another, when all I simply want to do is be in control of your outgoing damage. This is something I talk about often, very often, in fact, probably too often, some people would say. But it's true. For my play style, I like making sure, hey, I shoot my tier, I know exactly where it's going, I don't have to worry about it hitting something that I don't want it to hit, and I can simply be in control, full control of my actions in Isaac. Okay. That is the majority of the reasoning why I do not like Conjoined, is those two, simply. And I also don't really like familiars all that much unless they're like, you know, unless they're Twisted Pair, Little Brimstone, you know, Mongo Babies is perfectly fine. But for the most part, I don't like familiars for the same reason, for Isaac physics, because you like to have these shots that kind of go back and forth. They jostle things, and, you know, we all know how the ice physics work. So that is, all of those combined are reasons why I do not like Conjoin. So what would I do to improve it? First off, I would remove the damage down. That would be a big plus. Maybe even give it a damage up. I think would be very nice, because, you know, other transformations have damage ups. Like, take a look at Spun. They don't give you a massive DPS up, but it still gives you a DPS up, which is kind of nice. I'll go ahead. I'll go for this. 9-volt telekinesis. It could keep us safe. You never know. It's going to supercharge telekinesis, I can tell you that. Also, full clear level low. So I would do something like that for Conjoin. I would just simply be, I would be perfectly fine if they didn't change anything about it, but just gave you a damage up, or maybe a tears up or something like that would be cool. I don't think it needs to do anything super special. If you want to stick with like the familiars theme, like if we're like, well, we kind of have to stick with the, like, you know, obviously it is unlocked through getting familiars and like having like an army and stuff, then why not go full circle with it and just go absolutely ballistic with it and say, okay, so if we have Isaac's army by way of, like, say, Friend Finder, for example, and you apply some of those methods to Conjoined, then why not just say, if you get the Conjoined transformation, like, every room that you don't get hit in spawns another familiar. Just get crazy with it. You know, just like it's like a passive buddy in a box, except it procs every single time you clear a room where you don't take damage. I think that would be insane. In a good way. I think that would actually legitimately be a fun thing to play. So it's a very weird spot for the boss room, or the item room, by the way, right next to the boss room. So obviously we want to not die and turn into Lazarus II here for the Devil Deal. Is the only downside about playing as Lazarus is that you don't get to hold on to I think this kicks in after. I don't believe that this takes precedent over Lazarus's rags. But even if it does, we'd still be able to resurrect as Lazarus anyway because of his passive. So we're going to get it back regardless, as long as we don't die. Good chariot card use there, gotta say. We need to get this ad out of here. Also, sir, you have no HP. Thank you. We get Dad's Lost Coin. That's just super duper great. It's just super great. Really love it. Yeah. I am 99.9% sure that we will still resurrect as Lazarus II before Blue Baby. So I'm going to go in here. Get Backstabber. Now, I do want Backstabber. This is going to kill Lazarus and then immediately resurrect him, I think, as Lazarus II. Okay. Then we still maintain the Ankh. In case of something really goes sideways. We get Backstabber. It's bueno. We maintain our Devil Deal chance for the next floor. We're playing fast and loose right now because obviously we only have 1 HP. So, but we're gaining a lot of power. There we go. So you see there, we do get our res back. Here's our Devil Deal, unfortunately, because I just could not move out of there. I always love it when the bosses like have like little helpers. I don't know how Backstabber's not proccing right now. Okay, so we'll leave that. Actually, no, we need to pick it up now because, Yeah, because if we get another HP, it's going to close. Oh, no, actually, no, it won't because we cleared it. So never mind. Don't listen to me. Look, it's Sunday, all right? It's been a long day. You see here, telekinesis can also be used to repel things that are close to Isaac, not just projectiles, but also enemies. So think of it like sort of like a deployable belly jelly in a way. But we've already lost our devil deal, so this doesn't really matter. Let me get a tears up again with Backstabber. With Backstabber, we should be just absolutely wrecking things right now. Just had to make sure it's proccing. Also, apparently I didn't turn up my... That's what I was missing. I was like, why is nothing happening? It's because I didn't turn up my sound effects from having tech yesterday. There we go. Now I can hear things. That's what was missing. That's what was causing me to take damage, was me obviously not being able to hear the game. Seeing isn't everything. You also have to hear stuff, remember. I'll leave that there just in case, and as we continue to go the wrong way, as we do. Yeah, I always like those hypothetical questions, you know, and I do wish there were more transformations in the game. I think that there should definitely 100% be a doctor transformation after taking, like, say 20 pills or something like that. Give some benefit for that. I think that there should be like a devil transformation, an angel transformation, which I know technically people are going to say Seraphim, but come on, like Seraphim in my mind it's a good transformation. You get an HP upgrade and you also get flying, of course, which is great. But I'd like to see like a passive holy shot or something. That'd be nice. A great play there by telekinesis, keeping the Globin away from us. Slipped rib. It's never been more of a nothing burger of an item, I would say, but it gives us some more deflection, I guess. Like we have ultimate projectile deflection defenses here. Between telekinesis and slipped rib. Ain't nothing getting through that. Actually surprised that the super secret room's not there. We still haven't found the shop yet, by the way. Not that it would really matter too much because we don't have a whole lot of HP. By HP, I mean money. Secret room's most likely here. Yeah. Yeah, so we could bomb the keeper, I guess, to bring us back to like 23. Yeah, 23%. Nothing super crazy in terms of the devil deal chances. Okay, now you got my attention now. We got a little bit of extra money to play with here. Dreamcatcher would actually not be too bad because of the fact that we get ourselves a half soul heart upon going to the next floor. So I'm definitely down for that. Yeah, I think needles might be my least favorite enemies, regular enemies in the game. Needles or Mask of Infamy. It's one of those two. That's another common question of the episode I see a lot of. The soul heart, again, not that it's going to matter because we're not going to get our devil deal. Have we fallen? And what I could have done is I could have left that soul heart in the super secret room to try to preserve it for the next floor. But I still am holding out hope that we're going to get a devil deal here against Fallen. I mean, technically speaking, we are going to get a devil deal item. And boy, howdy, what an item it is. The Book of Belial. All right. It's just super, super great. Super duper awesome. It's really great. And then I guess we just go yeet ourselves off of the spike cliff here. Clift? I don't know what a clift is. Okay, so 7.51 was our base damage. And we remember we're going to get a half soul heart on the next floor because of Dreamcatcher. So let's see if it actually increases our base damage. Speaking of belly jelly, and it did increase our base damage there, so yeah. I'm going to take that because we absolutely need to get a Devil Deal here. This is not what I wanted to see. I wouldn't mind the left hand necessarily. Yeah. Good old Ed. Good old Ed, here to ruin things as always. Yeah, I have been privileged enough to speak to Ed multiple times. Not just about Isaac, but about lots of stuff. Ed's a great guy. We're very fortunate to be able to speak to the man who created this fine game. Though we don't usually end up talking about Isaac because it's kind of like talking about yeah, sure. Kind of like talking about like work. You know, like you don't necessarily, like, the last thing someone wants to talk about, like if they're like a doctor or something, is like, hey, by the way, I got this bump on my leg. Can you take a look at it, doc? You know what I mean? So we don't usually talk about Isaac that much. We usually talk about other things. Apple of Sodom. Eh. Telekinesis. Telekinesis is making some big time plays here. Oh, it wasn't Kidney Bean. It was Mega Bean. Well, I'm still not going to take it because Telekinesis is just doing work for us. Okay, we need a good Devil Deal. I'm going to use the Strength card now because we're not going to save it for like the Devil Deal anyway. I want to get blowed out of here. I actually thought it was Peep. I don't know why I thought it was Peep. We get a movement speed upgrade, which is fine. I am going to take the Eternal Heart probably after we get done yeeting ourselves. And Death's List, I mean, it's an item that's been falling off very, very, very rapidly for me, right? So I'm still going to take it because we need to off ourselves anyway here. And I'm going to also take Eye of the Occult, which is going to give us 1 of 3 for Leviathan. And then we maintain that. And we can't actually go into the curse room. Yeah, I guess we'll just go this way. It's fine. So Dun's Cap is interesting because at least with us having Eye of the Occult, we can... What? I do not know what hit me on the right side there. I guess there was a spider that I just didn't see. With Eye of the Occult, this allows us to basically have both of those shots go out, but be in control of them. So we get double the shots. The only problem is that, obviously, with the Whiz, it's going to make the shots go off to the side and stuff. So, hang on 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. I had someone at the door that I had to get taken care of. Okay, so with Dun's Cap, it's interesting here, because again, because we have I have a Colt, we get 2 shots. But the problem is that, and this is the big problem for me, is that it stops you from shooting straight, essentially, because obviously you're getting two tiers that go out in each direction, and I need a more direct access to my target, essentially. There's no way in the world that we're gonna get Deathless out of this. This is not happening. This is kind of the reason why Deathless has really just fallen off for me. I think that it's not. It's one of those items. It kind of, in a weird way, it goes back to like the old policy that we had with Deathless, which is that if you can make it work, great. If not, don't go out your way, and certainly don't get damaged for it. And that's kind of the attitude I've slipped back into when it comes in regards to Deathless. I just don't think that it's the game. There's too many things that go against Deathless for it to be effective, in my opinion. For it to really make a dent in your run. See if we can get Deathless here. But again, if it works out, great. I'm super happy. Really, really, really stoked for us. If it doesn't work out, then you know what? It's just a waste of a Devil Deal item. So there's nothing inherently wrong with Death's List. It's just that it's not an item that I think that it can be relied upon to carry you through like any given run. So that's just my stance on it. I think that Death's List is still okay. There's just no reason. I don't feel like doing this. There's just no reason to take it over other Devil Deals, in my opinion. If there's better options, and that's basically what I'm going for. Can't believe that we had the range of that. I mean, Ivy Colt does give you like tons of extra range, obviously. Guppy's Tail is going ham here with the chest, which I appreciate because we definitely need the Devil Deals. We got a Tears Up. Look at that. Look at Death's List trying to make a fool out of me, like always. Our first Tears Up of the entire run. It came from Death's List right after I got done ragging on it a little bit. Definitely going to use a bomb for these blue fires. There tends to be a soul heart that drops here. Except this time, of course. Still looking for the shot. Let's see if we can finagle our shots over here. Hit the infamy mask. There we go. But as you see right there, Death's List gets immediately canceled out as soon as you take out one of the Masks of Infamy, which is, again, just a shining example of why I think the Death's List is really falling off. There's just too many ways for the game to negate the benefits of it. IMO. For those of you who are not a zoomer like me, you won't know that means in my opinion. Strictly a zoomer term, as everyone knows. IMO. No cap. FR. So the question becomes, when do we stop using Lazarus's passive? It's up to you, really. After a certain point, I think that honestly after Depths 2 you probably want to stop, because you're getting rung up for full hearts of damage every time you take damage, and that's no bueno. Like, this corner is no bueno for us right now, and trying to keep things at bay for us here. And with us having Dreamcatcher, I think it's important for us to try to accumulate those half soul hearts. Even a half soul heart can save you from death. We get Deep Pockets, which is completely useless at this point unless we get Money Equals Power. We get Tarot Cloth, which gives us a double Temperance Machine, which, I mean, if we could get, like, I don't know, if we could get a movement speed upgrade, that'd be fine. We can at least go see what's inside the boss trap room and then decide whether or not it's going to be worth the time or hassle to do so. But I'll tell you right now, if it's a basic HP upgrade, I'm going to take it, and we'll probably end up stop using Lazarus's passive. Yeah. You also have to keep in mind that we're also going to be taking Devil Deals here if we can. So I'm hoping that Guppy's tail just goes ham for us and we just get a whole bunch of soul hearts and Guppy items and maybe Devil Deal teleports. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Guppy's tail. I also love how I was talking about how my least favorite items or least favorite bosses and enemies are in this game was Infamies. Then we have seen nothing short of eight Mask of Infamies since then. Okay. So, barring us taking lethal amounts of damage from... Barring us taking lethal amounts of damage from us taking Devil Deals and losing the HP upgrades, we are done using Lazarus's passive for damage. I'm hoping, by virtue of us having Guppy's tail combined with the left hand, that's going to feed us enough soul hearts to maintain some kind of stability here. But it's 36 minutes into this video and we're only now just getting them up, so yeah. But imagine how bad it would be if we weren't using Lazarus's passive for pretty much every single floor. It'd be doo-doo-rific, except even more doo-doo-tacular, I think. I think we would upgrade to doo-doo-tacular. I don't know what level we have to get to get Doo Doo Bunga, but, you know, we're getting there. That should be my next t-shirt. Doo Doo Tacular. I'm going to take the Polaroid here and also get the double soul heart drop. And Curse the Lost. Not that it really matters because there's no item pedestal to be seeing with Dreamcatcher. The most important thing about Dreamcatcher is that we end up getting we get our half soul heart. That's the most important thing. You thought you were gonna sneak that little shot in there, Greed, didn't you? Didn't you? Again, tons of money, but we have nothing to really play with. No shops, no judgments, no nothing. There we go, baby. Now, unfortunately, Brimstone and Eye of the Occult is a right pain. But I'll take it. The only reason why Brimstone... It's honestly not Brimstone's fault. It's Eye of the Occult's fault. Is that it auto-fires. Yeah, we got a game. Now, Betrayal, on the other hand, would work in theory with us being Lazarus, but I don't trust this build enough to really be at 1 HP for, like, the remainder of this entire run. We don't have flying, we don't have good movement speed, we don't have a good tears rate at all, especially now with Brimstone. We don't have good damage, really. So there's lots of different things that are not ideal with what's going on right now. Forgot I don't have a bomb. I need a Bomba. Bomba? No. Tesla's giving us some movement speed there with a 0.20 movement speed up, which is huge. Now we're in sort of my comfort zone, right? Let Bum Friend give us a Bomba. 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 Bumba! Let's go. It only costs us like 30 cents for that. Hey, you know what? We got it. Boy, howdy, was it worth it. Thank you, bum friend. Okay, moon card. No deep pockets. I'll say this: I wasn't expecting to get any use out of you. And I know that I said that like you were just going to be completely useless, but turns out I was wrong. I was not expecting to ever see or take bum friend. And now we get Conquest Pony. Now you're speaking my language here. Now we got something cooking here, because we all saw how Conquest Pony absolutely wrecked house the last time that we had. And of course, you get flying, you get the crack the skizzle, you get everything. So I'm still not going to take Bloody Lust. I just don't think we need it at this point, especially with Brimstone and now with Conquest Pony. Yeah, sorry, bum friend. I'm so used to racing bum friend. I'm not used to just surrendering all the money I have. My bad. Oh, we got an Eternal Heart from Mystery Sack? Holy moly. Gonna drop Mr. Boom here just so we can get a couple extra cents for bum friend to go ham with. Yeah. All right. No, you understand. Thank you. Now, what's nice about the 9 volt is that we actually get to use Conquest Pony every single room that we go into. That is muy bueno. Muy with a capital MOOOOY. Spanish Mosh Pit is very happy with me right now. Yeah, that is real good. Fortunately, we don't have D-Bizzle. I am missing telekinesis a little bit just for the simple peace of mind that we get from it. But it's still worth it, in my opinion, to have Crack the Skizzle and Conquest's Pony. You know what? Shout out to Guppy's Tail. Guppy's Tail making it happen here with the left hand. We could go in the sack room, but obviously I want to hold on to the HP that the very bare minimum HP that we've got. There's a Tinted Rock up there. Fortunately, we have no way of getting it, so I guess technically we could play the slot machine. There's another Tinted Rock right there. My God. Could also just spawn a Troll Bomb, I suppose. Or we could drop some money and then let Judgment pick it up. By Judgment, I mean Bum Friend. Because, of course, we just fly right over where they deposit it, and Bum Friend just doesn't get anything. We're gonna head over to the boss. And there we go. We'll take some Victor robes just for the damage and obviously HP. Head on up. Another Curse of the Lost. Ow. Okay, game. Hey, look, a bomb. That would have been useful on the last floor. Yo, we got a damage up from Death's Lists. I am planning on dropping the left hand as soon as we get to the chest. Like a bomb. Get 9 lives. Okay. Their second Guppy item and a reverse tower card. Okay. So obviously that was not the product of the left hand because those chests in that room are always red. But it did give us Guppy's tail. This would be pretty astounding if we end up getting Guppy. Yep. Actually get into the curse room for free because we can just fly out with Conquest Pony. Double green Gemini off of a button press, huh? I'm planning on using the moon card in the chest. Just because I would like to maybe get close to Blue Baby. Get a Soul Heart. I can't believe that we actually got a payout from Death's List in that room. Pretty incredible. Conquest Pony absolutely going ham and cheese on a taco biscuit ham bone right now. Wouldn't mind less than 3. We get less than 3 and also a damage up from Death's List. We absolutely need the HP. Then what I can do is I can use the tower card in a big room. There we go. We'll head on down. You thought I was going to forget about the left hand, didn't you? You were already typing the YouTube comment. I saw it there. I knew it was coming. All right. Quality chest right there. But hey, you can't. You win some and you lose some, you know. Well, I feel like our chests have just not been great lately. Nothing super amazing wagon adventure inside of it. Okay. There is the both north and east side of the map. I don't know how that brimstone shot wasn't hitting Baby Plum there, but there you go, bum friend. Give me a chest. He gave me the compass, and I would have gone this way anyway, because according to Isaac, in order for us to go northeast, we have to go southwest. So, yep. That's Isaac navigation, baby. This is all kinds of insanity right now. Yeah, we'll get Ares. Take Ares. The god of war. Fun fact, our band, The Word of Water, has a song called The Call of Ares, which you should go check out after this episode. My entire band's album is on the YouTube channel, which you can find here in a playlist. And guess what? It's free. Wow. None of these fancy schmancy, we're going to charge you for our music type things. No, 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 no. This is the big room I was talking about, by the way. We can use the reverse tower card in here in case we ever needed some HP. And we got Small Rock, which I mean, Small Rock is not terrible for us because we have obviously we have Conquest Pony. Black Bean is kind of whatever. There we go. Oh, baby. So we are going to get the dub here in a very long Lazarus run, but I mean, that's to be expected. Lazarus. And obviously we stopped using his passive. I think we stopped using it at an appropriate time, to be honest. Because after a certain point, you don't ever really want to go down to 1 HP. Even on a really, really, really strong run, you just never know. But thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you all had a fantastic start to your Sunday. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you click the like button. Don't forget to be writing your comments or your questions down in the comments section below. The most upvoted comment will be read on next Sunday's episode. And thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. I'd like to thank some patrons of mine like Verhexen Penguin, Dakota Taylor, and Mark J. Cameron. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of the episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find over at patreon.com/Sinvicta.